In last session, we have discussed about how to call a function in another function. Now, we will discuss how to store that function result in temp table in another function. Okay. See, we have two functions. These functions we have already discussed. So this is function get employee salary, and next this is function 2 okay. So I'm going to execute this function. I'm getting 6 records. See, I'm going to execute this function. I'm getting 2 records. Okay. So based on department number and employee salary, this function will give the result. Okay. So now here we have what we have done means directly we call the function get employee salary with the parameter of salary and joined with department table. Okay. But in some cases, we need to store the function result in temporary table. Okay. So in that cases, how do you do that? So we have already discussed about temporary tables, like we have 3 different types of temporary tables, like by using these keywords. So we can have 3 different features. Like if we use on commit reserve rows, that temporary table keeps data after transaction. Okay. And if you use on commit delete feature, then it will keep structure and clears data after transaction. If you use on commit drop feature, then it will drop at transaction end. Okay. So what are the problems we will face when we use these kind of features to capture the function result in temporary table? Okay. I'm writing here and create temporary table like temp1, and I'm using this first feature. That means on commit preserve rows as, and this is the function select star from this function. And here I'm going to use temp1. This is the temporary table name. Okay. We will check whether it will work or not. Create temporary table. Okay, it is working. If you execute the function again, then it is showing that the temporary table temp1 already exists. Okay. So see the definition keeps the data after transaction. After completion of this function execution also, that will temporary table will not be removed. So that write the command here before creating the temporary table. Now, if you keep on executing that command also, that will give the result. Okay. So this is the solution. And next, on commit delete rows. So this will also keep structure and clears data after transaction. So we will check by commenting this command. Okay. We will check to. I'm going to create next to temp 2. See, if I give new table temp 2, then first time I am getting the data, but second time onwards, I am not able to get the data. Okay. So for this, if we use second feature also, we need to use drop table if exists temp. Okay. If you keep on executing this function, then it will get the data. Next, on commit drop. So on commit drop means drops table at transaction end. So we will check. I will take new temporary table temp 3. See, no need to execute drop table command. Okay. So it is keep on displaying the data. Okay. So for this on commit drop command, no need to use drop table if exists temp1 query. Okay. So why? Because after execution of this function, this temporary table will be removed. Okay. So in real time, you may have this kind of requirement like getting the data from a function and store the result in a temporary table, function result in a temporary table. After that, you may write multiple queries. So in that queries, you may use that temporary table. Okay. So in that cases, how do you store the result in a temporary table with different option? So be careful of using this option. Okay. By default, on commit reserve rows option will be there. So try to use on commit drop option while creating the temporary table so that these kind of problems will not come. Okay.